Welcome to Gate City Chronicles. I want to introduce you to our new set. I think if you've watched the show, we usually have a fireplace behind us, but we've upgraded a little bit. And we want to welcome you to the show. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and I'm joined by my guest today from the Plus Company. Is that correct?
Correct.
Cynthia.
Andriola.
And Lenny Hodgins.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now, the Plus Company. That's what you're all about. What is the Plus Company?
The Plus Company is an agency that's been serving the community for 40 years. Last year we celebrated our 40th anniversary.
Congratulations.
And we provide supports and services for individuals with intellectual disabilities and traumatic brain injuries. And we service adults in the community.
I asked you off camera, who are these people? Is it just specifically Down syndrome, or who are the people with that you do service? I know they're over 21, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Most of our, we do have some teen programs, but most of our individuals that we serve are 21 and over. They have they have intellectual disabilities. They may have cerebral palsy, autism, epilepsy, and we also serve people with acquired brain disorder.
Now, when you say serve, what do you mean? In what way? In what capacity? How do you serve them?
There's a plethora of services we provide, everything from a residential component, mm-hmm. where an individual may go live in a family situation, so it's adult.
Like assisted living?
It's enhanced family care. Used to be called adult foster care. Gives you a better idea of what
Which
it
is why I'm struggling
right.
with the proper terminology.
Sure. Right.
But it's just as it sounds. So perhaps you're an aging parent and you're concerned what happens when you're no longer able to care for your adult child. That might be a wonderful opportunity because, again, you can go on vacation with your child, you can visit, you can do things together, but on a day-to-day basis, they have another family that makes sure their medical needs are provided for, any of their daily life skills are assisted with. We also offer independent living where we check in, we might match someone with a roommate. Again, depending on where on the spectrum right. they are, and then for the individuals that have the greatest need, we have some group homes. And so those are people that require 24-hour, 7-day-a-week assistance.
Now, do you work at all with Gateway Services? Are you familiar with them?
Absolutely, and a lot of our referrals come through Gateways.
We're actually a vendor for Gateways. We're the largest vendor in southern New Hampshire for Gateways, so they're sort of like our funding source. But we have a unique relationship with them that a lot of other vendors don't have, and that we share a lot of the same services, like our business department. We share board members, so we're more of a partner with Gateways than most other agencies.
Now, are you located on Canal Street as well, or?
Our business office is on Canal Street, but we're located at 19 Chestnut Street, mm-hmm. which is near
on
downtown.
The Circle.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Chestnut
right.
Street.
Yeah, and we've been
there. I
there.
grew up in Nashua. So,
all right, well, we've been there for 2.5 years now. We have a beautiful, large, 18,000 square foot building. We actually rent part of it, the upstairs, to Gateways for their service coordination department. So, and we also have locations in Massachusetts, two facilities, one in Lawrence and one in Lowell, correct? Tewksbury. So
we serve that whole Merrimack
right, so it's
Valley
not just the Nashua,
of,
but it's Nashua proper and the greater
Massachusetts. The Massachusetts offices have most of the same services, but we do not have any residential services down in Mass. Right. But we have the adult education, we have the job training programs. I started out talking about the residential. Oftentimes, we meet some of the people who end up working with us through transitional programs through the area high schools. Mm-hmm. So they are providing education until they turn 21, but often those last couple of years, they're looking for the skills to help them transition into adulthood. And so we will work and help them in that way. And we have some job training programs that are fairly new, specific to 19 to 21-year-olds. We also have programs for adults of any age. And we really focus on trying to have people be as independent as possible and provide them with the life skills and the classes, learning relaxation techniques, learning cooking skills, nutrition.
So you see some of the success stories. You must. I mean, you're daily involved with it. You know, just for some of our viewers, what are some of the things that you see? For example.
Well, we have many people who live independently now with help. You know, we might check in on them once or twice a week, help them maybe do some meal planning, things like that. People whose parents thought they would never live independently, which is really, you know, wonderful to see.
That allows them to go on a lot without this great burden. In mind.
Absolutely.
Something they've been carrying most of their life, most likely.
And we have, you know, people who a lot of people who work. Even some people need more support on the job than others. Some people work independently, and we might just check in occasionally or if there's a problem at work. But we also have people that go to certain companies in the area with our staff and work.
Oh, so you actually go to companies?
We do.
Oh,
we have some. We're always looking for more jobs. So
And internship opportunities. We have 3 training programs that involve an internship component as well as classroom time. And so one of them meets over at St. Joseph's Hospital. One of them meets at Lowell General Hospital down in Mass. And the third one is in our Nashua office, and that is called Income, and that one is more office skills related. And through the 3 programs, we have somewhere between 86 and 89% success rate in placing these people in not just the lowest level jobs. It's
Right.
you know
Productive lifestyle.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We place someone at Dine, the corporation up in Manchester. They're sort of the telephone book of the internet, so to speak. I toured their facilities. They made me feel like I was ancient. Everyone is, 20-something. They ride around on Segways and ring a gong when they get new business. But that was the goal of one of our participants who wanted to work in high tech.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he is sort of their face now. He works the reception desk and assists with projects. And so again, the people that we work with are only limited by their interest and ambition, and we try to match them with skill sets that are appropriate for them.
Let's talk about funding. How are you funded?
We get funded through Medicaid at the state level. It's federal money, but it's distributed through the state level. We also have some people who are private pay, and we get funding from the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, and that's mainly vocational training.
And you do fundraisers?
And we do 2 to 3 big fundraisers every year. One of them is the annual silent auction and dinner dance, which is held every November. And this past year, we had a wonderful Day of Dreams golf tournament, which was at Vesper Country Club and was very successful. That was to celebrate our 40th anniversary. And
we had a generous donor come forward to help us put that together, and we were blown away by the outreach of the community, and we had celebrity golfers that were former Boston Bruins players and Red Sox players and Patriots players.
How does this help, though? Okay, it's money, right? But this picks up the gap. There's usually a gap in services, but where does this, it helps with support with what? In vehicles, more employees?
It's mainly to support the adult education program, because the state does not fund these value-added programs like music and art therapy, adult literacy, money management,
athletic programs.
Which all add to the quality of life.
Absolutely. I mean, if you talk to any of our clients and you say, and it's not because they run the program, but if you say, what's your favorite part about, what you do, what your involvement in Plus, and almost always they will talk about classes. They'll talk about, the cooking classes they attend, or the art classes they attend, or woodworking, or literacy programs.
Public speaking.
Public speaking is very popular. We have a lot of our consumers who go out and speak on behalf of Plus Company. So that the money that we raise from our 3 big fundraisers, which we didn't mention the Wild Irish Breakfast yet, but we will in a
Oh,
minute.
I was heading there.
Okay, I'll support the adult ed program. These are programs we wouldn't have without these fundraising dollars.
So that's our next segue into, there's an upcoming event this March.
Absolutely, and we try to work within the community as much as possible in the types of projects that we do with the adult ed. We partner with Rivier University to offer programs there. We partner with the Nashua Library. We partner with a number of agencies down in Massachusetts. And this past year, we worked with Beaver Brook in Hollis, the Nature Center, and we created a larger than life-size eagle's nest, and eaglets, so that they can use it in their educational opportunity. And the pride of the artists that we worked with in our agency, they just were blown away.
Yeah, I think in Beaverbrook, is that where they're also doing that chestnut, American chestnut? They're trying to build the American chestnut population back up.
I
something-
honestly
yeah.
don't know. A
Just
lot
throwing
of
that out
hiking
there.
trails,
Totally
lots
unrelated.
of beautiful,
Yeah, I
but
know.
they have
I haven't heard
a
of
whole
that.
birding program where they have replicas and stuffed birds, and they have the schools come through. So that's kind of the focal point now when you go into one of their barns, is this giant
Interesting.
paper mache.
Well, Dick said, geez, Kev, you don't know about the Wild Irish Breakfast. I'm thinking, no, I've never
And
heard of it.
aren't you a Nashua native?
I am. Well, relatively.
Shame
yeah.
on us that you don't know what it is.
Absolutely.
I mean, I moved away for a little while, but it's been around for, what, 40 years?
Well, this is our
This is our
22nd annual Wild Irish Breakfast. The agency's been around for 40 years.
Okay, so this is like a Dean Martin roast. Is that what this is like?
It could be compared to that. Again, it's more local.
Right?
It's everything. We've had national prominent political figures, but there are always local people and local politicians
You
involved.
recently had Ovid and
Maggie, both the gubernatorial candidates
Right.
last year, kind of sparred a little bit, and that was a lot of fun.
It's all in good taste, good humor.
Always in,
We hope so.
in good humor.
And nowadays,
Depends on
we-
what side
we
of the
need
fence
it.
you're on, whether you feel that it is or not.
Right.
But
We always showcase one of our clients who has typically gone through our public speaking program, but not always. And they talk about how this money that we raise is used and how it positively affects them. And so that's, it
Gives
drives
them
it home
right.
why people are out supporting. But we always have the governor, we always have the mayor, and then every year it kind of varies beyond that. And
Now, who roasts them? Or
well, they kind of roast each other, more or
Oh, yeah.
less. We
Bernie
have a-
Streeter, who's our former
mayor.
mayor, is our Blarney Master and has been for this is his 22nd year. He started this with a few other board members 22 years ago. So he's the Blarney Master. He introduces the different speakers, and they get up and they just throw some, we hope, good-natured jabs at each other. And but he's the one that, he's really been the glue for all of this for the last 22 years. It's
About a
been
week
wonderful.
or two before I'll start getting phone calls from the speakers asking who else is speaking, in what order, and if they haven't heard of them. Like last year we had Rick Middleton, who's a former Bruin legend. This year we have another former Bruin legend, Bob Sweeney. And so they'll ask for their bios. So again, they try to be as comfortable with each other as possible to make it relevant to the audience. And
and where do you hold this event?
it varies, but this year it will be held at the Radisson Hotel Nashua. And that is a larger venue than we were in last year. And so we actually have the opportunity to open the event up to anyone in the public who's interested.
And when is the date? What is the date?
Friday, March 15th. It's usually on St. Patrick's Day unless it's on a weekend. This year St. Patrick's Day is on a Sunday. So we're holding it the Friday before. Starts at 7 in the morning.
For coffee, and the event actually starts at 7:45. So
And there's also a raffle in case you can't make it.
We have a wonderful raffle. Our Wild Irish Breakfast raffle, we have 5 prizes this year. Our first prize is always a trip for 2 to Ireland, airfare and hotel accommodations. Our second prize is
round trip tickets.
round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, donated by Southwest Airlines. They're very generous to Plus. The third prize, I may not get these in the
It's a
correct order, but
a
hu-
Trek.
it's a bicycle donated by Good Dales. We should have had a ticket with us because we
They've
have the
been around
description.
forever, haven't they?
And
And
they've
they
been very
support
good.
us
They've been
every
great.
year. They've
Yeah,
been
they give us a
fabulous.
wonderful bike.
I remember getting my first 10-speed. I believe they were on Main Street. Way
They
back
were near
in-
Peddler's Daughter.
Yeah.
Where Peddler's Daughter is.
And my dad bought me a Schwinn. It was $200 back then. It was. I was so proud of it. It was. Got stolen. Whatever. But they've been around forever.
They have, and they're very good. Every year they donate a bike for this event. We also have 4 NASCAR tickets to the July race in Loudon. And I heard they're very good seats, so if you're a NASCAR fan, you have to buy one of our raffle tickets. And the 5th prize are 2 Celtics tickets donated by BAE.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that's
BAE
for-
supports everybody in this
They
town.
do,
They're
and they're a
fantastic.
sponsor of this event as well.
Can they purchase those raffle tickets online, or do they? How do they get
They
them?
can do them online. They can come down to our Nashua office at 19 Chestnut Street. The front desk people will have it. They can call me, and the number's 889-0652.
And if they want to purchase it online, what is the website? Or-
Actually, I don't, can
They can
purchase-
get the information
Online.
online, but we don't have the capability
Okay.
to do the actual purchase online. And our website is pluscompany.org.
Yeah.
Now, we have a local star here. His name is Scott McAuliffe.
Right.
And he's with the Special Olympics. And, of course, they're, I guess, the West Side? What is this? There's a little competition between
Well,
East
it's
Side, West
friendly
Side?
competition.
Of course it is.
It's not geographically split, but it's Scott belongs to the Nashua Special Olympics program, and we have our own Plus Pride program. So it's just friendly competition. It's just 2 separate programs. It's like the Yankees and the Red Sox, but not that competitive.
Right. They
Not
both
that
end
fierce.
up at the Penguin Plunge, though.
Yes, they did. We have our own team of plungers, and they have their team of plungers, and
Did you go in?
yes, 9 years in a
All the
row
way?
I've been in.
Head to
Well, not quite.
I heard there were only very few people that actually went head to toe into the
Yeah,
water. At Hampton.
this year
Well,
they
it
actually
snowed this year. I mean, that
it was cold.
Yeah.
This year I noticed I wanted to go further than I had in the past, which is I wanted to at least go up to my neck, but they had lifeguards that were not letting us go as far as they have in the past. I don't know if it was,
rough tide.
I don't know, I'm not sure why, but you know.
That's
So,
brave, and it's a fun event.
It is.
Dunkin' Donuts was there to support you.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, if you other
Yeah,
sponsors.
free coffee and donuts this year.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, a nice big luncheon after. There's a big costume parade because some people really get into the theme, which was going to the chapel this year, I think. But we have 160 people in our Plus Pride fitness program, which is, we all compete in Special Olympics, and that is 160 volunteers and athletes. So
Where do you train?
right now we're in training for basketball, and we are over at St. Philip's Greek Orthodox Church every Thursday night. We're always looking for partners to join our team, to work alongside our athletes to teach them the skills. So always looking for partners. So we train. Colesman generously donates their softball fields for our softball team. For soccer, Daniel Webster College lets us use their fields free of charge. We have great partnerships in the area with different companies.
Isn't Nashua great? Every time I talk about volunteers on the show, it's amazing how the people that come out of the woodwork in this town. It's really blessed with a lot of support on so many different levels.
And often they'll start they come with a friend and they help out, and then they get hooked.
Right.
And they realize that they get as much as they give.
Sure. Oh, yeah. It totally adds to the quality of life. So again, how do people get in touch with you one more time? Just
So it's the Plus Company, and the phone number is 889-0652. Our Special Olympic athletes, the Plus Pride athletes, are selling tickets. So if you know any of the athletes that are on the Plus Pride, they all have the raffle tickets. And again, at our 19 Chestnut Street site, or our 2 Massachusetts sites also have tickets.
And March
15th,
Friday
at
the
the
15th.
Radisson.
Sorry, the Nashua Radisson Hotel.
and that is located.
Exit 1 in Nashua.
Yes,
know,
it's
I'm
actually,
not taking anything for granted.
I think it's Tara
Boulevard, I
Boulevard
think it
is
is.
actually their.
It's the former Sheridan Terrace.
Yes.
All right. Okay, and it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning?
No, it starts
7.
at 7:45, the program, but people start coming between 7 and 7:30 to have coffee.
We
And
try to get everyone into the ballroom at 7:30 so that we can start promptly at 7:45. And members of the New Hampshire, I have to look at this
It's
if you
the
don't mind.
No, not at all.
It's the Police Association. It's the New Hampshire Police Association Pipes and Drums Band. It's the bagpipers.
Yes.
They,
I've seen them at the Capitol. I believe that.
They're
that was the-
wonderful. They donate.
It sends chills up your spine.
And,
It does.
and they
They
set the
donate
tone.
their
They
services.
start our event
They
for
lead
us.
us into the ballroom, and they do send chills, through your
It-
body.
it's-
They're wonderful.
It's like, I don't know,
And
it's
we,
unique.
we shoot to be done by 9 a.m. because people need to get on to work. So
And it ends with the raffle, the raffle drawing. So
And
it's,
if people want to be part of the sponsorship and sponsor you, they can just
again,
contact the same.
absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you ladies for coming on the show and Plus Company.
And
we
maybe
wish you-
you'll come to the Wild Irish Breakfast and see
I
for
think I'd like
yourself
to.
how much fun it is.
Absolutely. All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Please take advantage of this and help out with the Plus Company. And obviously, you can see through our conversation that it's definitely a worthy cause and worthy to add the quality of life here in Nashua and surrounding areas. So get in touch with them. And thank you for watching Gate City Chronicles. Until next week.